What's up, everybody? I'm Novo coming at you with another one, trying to scrape off another video, having a look at AC. We did ACDC, now I guess we're doing AC, Air Canada. And you may have heard from latest news, I'm not sure if it's here or not. Sun destination, okay, so we're suspending flights, but it did make the news that Air Canada is going to be getting their bailout. Imagine that. Nobody saw that coming, right? Anyways, we are in this range of expansion. News of the bailout has come out. Some of the money is to fund refunds on flights. However, I guess it's only a matter of time before they start buying airplanes again. As of right now, it's going to be a tight budget. Liking that. Support. Drop down below. Backup support. Resistance, support, very close to another move to the upside, I think. Let's have a quick peek at something here. There we go. So we can see the range at which AC might start to climb up again. Looks like May 17th, mid-May. And I think that's where stocks are going to start. Well, we're close to it now, but I think that's where stocks are going to start doing the next, I guess, parabolic rally or so as we move into the summer months shortly. Having a look at where's my rabbit hole? There we go. That's looking pretty good too. So we've got the 111 showing us support. There's the 50 coming down. We found support there. Slight wick underneath. And a lot of the moving averages down below also arguing the movement for support. What's APO MACD? APO MACD. Well, we got a bit of divergence, to be honest. Right? We got lower highs and we've got higher highs. And it doesn't look like it's panning out. It looks like it's looking more bullish, but what's the price at right now? 26.32, and the 111 is down around 24. So I'm thinking maybe buyers will be sitting down there. Do I have access to level 2? AC, bear with me as I look left on my level 2. Okay, so 18,500 shares waiting at 26.30. So that's arguing the support of where we are now. And then 11,000, 22,000 around 26.25. Looking lower. Here we go. 81,000 waiting at 26. So we shall reprogram this guy to 26. And what do we see? Not much of an argument. I mean, well, it is right at the 50. So it could be, I think we can still get a couple wicks down below, but as of right now, it looks like the major base is sitting down around at smack dab 26. So to start accumulating at, say, 26.01, and then waiting for the 81,000 to get denied might be an okay strategy. We're just about to go into the zero cross, hence the red candle. And let me go to lower time frames. Yeah, status accumulation. The 200 is down around 25.37, and we did wick all the way down here. Let's go Japanese candles. There's the wick, and the support, we went back up above 26. So yeah, it could be that that's where the support structure is going to be. So anywhere from, let's say, 25.50 to 26 might be the bottom before we start to take off on our next run. So how many have we done here? Consolidation, we got 1, we got 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the blow off, I think, is what's going to happen. Yeah, it hasn't quite made up its mind. We're still weak and consolidating, but could be close to the bottom. So that's 2 assets where I'm starting to see we are close to a bottom, and it is mid-month. So it could be that we will see until the end of the month, maybe an accumulation and a positive flow to the upside with a slight blow off in May, and then May might be the next run, right? So let me have a look at one more thing. Let me turn off extended. It's making things a little dirty. So that's 1. So using this pinpoint here with the GAN box, we're following the trend and then showing the 45-degree angle of resistance. That looks, see, this is what I was talking about with regards to ACDC, the site of capitulation here, right? So we had the pullback, a little bit more sideways, and then all of a sudden the capitulation, the final dump before this thing starts off again. So if we grab this guy and we try and speculate that the echo is going to do the same thing right there. If things suddenly get bullish, this 45 would be the support structure, and coming up on April 20th. However, if we're going to repeat what's happening here, the cycle completes itself mid-May. So we may go up and then a final dump down around mid-May. And depending on where this 200 is going to be, actually, let's forget about that. We'll look at the 350. 350 will be down around 22.62. So that's below the 80,000 of $26. We'll have to check level 2 again to see that. But I think I would argue 2026 sometime this week, and then we'll look a little deeper on level 2 to see if we have, another support base somewhere. Looking at level 2 on the ask, I don't see, like, it looks pretty, evenly spaced out. There's no major, 100,000 waiting at a certain price. Granted, this thing is, every penny is being covered, so I can't look any deeper. The highest amount of bids I see is 16,000 waiting at 26.65. So I just think long term, AC is doing well. And I think there's bigger and better things to come. It's recovered quite nicely considered carry Rona. And people are getting fed up now. I hear it at work. Been doing 12-hour days lately, and you can just see everyone is dying. Everyone's basically saying enough. So, 1 hour. Let's have a look at weekly. Oops. Again, another good sign. On the weekly, we are right around here that we need to find support. And that's sitting around the $29 mark. So yeah, once we get above $30, I think the run up to 50 is going to happen quite quickly. Don't see anything else. Japanese candles. Yep, that's about it. I think the market is starting to feel a little better. There was a pretty good shakeout. I'm sure there's a lot of trap traders stuck in trades, and they're feeling pretty emotional about it. So, one little final nail in the coffin, and I think we shall continue again. Let's have a look at the 20-week. So I'll turn all of this off. And yeah, I think we can argue as well. The 20 shows really good support on a run. And then once we break the 20, then we're looking for a new bottom. And we're just finding support on the 20 now as well. And the 20, if we zoom in, so the 20 is sitting at around 24.59. But you can see here's the argument on the weekly, right? So let's go. So again, wicks are down pressure. Below the candle is buying pressure. So we saw a lot of selling pressure, and now we're seeing a lot of buying pressure. All the price movements under where we are right now. And if we look left, that seems to be the status quo as to where price is supposed to be. All these wicks are being snatched up. And the APO and MACD are above the zero cross, so that is positive flow. It is slow going on the weekly, but you can see how the major dumping has ceased. Now we're getting into the argument of what the price of Air Canada is supposed to be. Shorters are saying it's worth less, and the longs are saying it's worth more. So I think once the argument ceases and we start seeing movement to the upside, if we look left, we'll see what that looks like, right? Now, that 26 seems to line up nicely over here as well. So yeah, I think everything under 26 is probably going to be bought up. And then we'll see a good general run once we see support above that 20 again. So once we start seeing a pop up and then a come down to test for support, I think that's when we'll see our run. So when we broke the 20, we came up 1, 2, 3, and then a blow off. 1, 2, 3, and a gap up. Interesting. 1, 2, 3. Looks like maybe about 3. This is kind of difficult to interpret. I do like this wick. So again, suggesting the argument that everything below what looks like base will get bought up. We're just approaching the zero cross money flow index bottoming out, but the RSI has not. So I think there's still a little bit more room for either. Well, I just think there'll be a little bit of sell off, but it's going to be accumulated. I am looking left at this. If we break that structure, that $24 range, we'll have to look at level 2 and see if we see a monster bid up around $24. So always leave a little bit in the kitty for a deeper buy if you're bullish on Air Canada. Back up to 26. And I don't think there's much else that we can discuss about Air Canada. We are just waiting for more green than red. So APO and MACD has to be back up above. And I mean, it's very difficult to, we really have to expand this out. So we'll probably see a bounce once we start testing these lower levels here. So let me put a horizontal line right about, is it there? Yeah, that seems to be where we see a bounce and then a move. We break this ran, we found support, this kind of ran till we got out here, and that's where the dump was. Support, and we ran. Here we were a little bit below and we worked our way down. Then we found resistance at the zero cross, so we continued down. And then once we broke, we ran, and we can see resistance, slight pullback, and then it kept running, right? So every time we meet that zero cross, there's a pause, and then that'll tell you where the direction happens if we continue down or if we continue up. That'll tell us if we're going to run or not. So right now we are just reaching this here. We'll wait and see if we flatten out and then run, or if we'll still grind down a bit, bounce, and then hopefully run, because things are looking bullish. 17 minutes, I'm going to call it. Not much else to say. I think I will delete this for the thumbnail so people don't scream. I did notice. Hang on, where are you? Yeah. A little bit of divergence there. So the argument would be that, we're going to go down. So this could be a fake out and then a run back down to that lower support line. So I'm starting to think that maybe we're going to run down, and then we'll wait and see if we see a turn here. This may be that final capitulation as well for Air Canada. So that is it for AC. Got to wait for this thing to sort itself out. But, technically we are higher highs, right? Higher highs and higher lows. And now we're going to wait and see if we continue down and then find the bounce later on. And then once we see the bounce, then we start looking at repeat trajectories wherever that bounce is going to be, like so. At which point we start looking at a new position up higher, probably around the $40 mark, but that is not confirmed yet because we haven't seen the change in trend. So the argument is here. Will it go up? Will it go down? I'm thinking it's weak. It'll likely go down a bit more. And as we speak, we've been getting closer to that $26 mark. So we'll have to wait and see if this week we finally see 26 and then a turn. I'm repeating myself and we're up on 20 minutes. Trade safe.